Guys, with the manga over and season 3 coming out who knows when, I'm starving for more Jujutsu Kaisen, but this content drought has got me wondering, does it pay to be Gojo? Like, it's a no-brainer he's rich, but how rich? Could he have avoided the fight with Toji just by swiping a credit card? Just a heads up, this video will primarily focus on the anime, but any manga-only evidence I use will have spoiler content censored. Real quick, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Like I said earlier, it's a no-brainer Gojo is rich. He's the head of a big 3 clan for crying out loud. But I want to take a closer look at Gojo's financial feats in the series. Disclaimer, since JJK occurs in 2018, all our conversions and calculations will use the value of yen and dollars in 2018 unless stated otherwise. First thing I want to address is Gojo likes to shop. While it's not something we can use to pull any hard numbers from, the first time we see him in the main series, he's been on a shopping spree. So he's for sure a big spender. With that in mind, the first time we get a number attached to Gojo's belongings was in episode 20 of the anime. After spilling coffee on Gojo's dry cleaning, the main trio discovers his shirt costs 250,000 yen, or $2,194, which means Gojo's shirt is worth more than my car. Not exactly something that makes me feel good about myself, but moving on to the end of season 1 where Gojo pays Mei, no Diddy, to recommend his students for promotion to first grade Jujutsu Sorcerer, the sum of the bribe was 10 million yen, or $87,754. So Gojo is casually Venmoing people sums of money that would have me doing unspeakable things. But beyond his spending sprees, we don't have enough in-universe evidence to determine how much Gojo makes. Luckily, it's like my dad would always tell me, if you're smart enough to think of something, someone else probably has too. After some scrolling, I found one of my favorite JJK YouTubers, Manga Menace, posted a video earlier this year where Jujutsu Kaisen creator Gege Akutami answered 33 questions about Gojo. The whole video is pretty interesting, so I'll link it in the description below, but right now, all you need to know is that question 16 asks, how much is Gojo's fee per mission? Also, how much is his total personal assets? Gege goes on to say that he's not paid per mission, but receives an annual salary comparable to a Japanese minister. Since Gege made this statement this year, we'll look at the annual salary for a Japanese minister in 2024, which puts Gojo's salary at 5,272,484 yen, or $46,277 in 2018 money, which is a lot lower than I thought it would be. If Gojo is only raking in 46k a year as the strongest special grade sorcerer, I don't even want to know what they're paying a guy like Nanami.
Jujutsu sorcerers suck!
So clearly the majority of Gojo's wealth comes from him being the head of the Gojo clan, but in the Q&A, Gege didn't clue us in on the value of Gojo's assets beyond Gojo is rich. So now that we know Gojo's salary, let's take a deeper dive to see how Gojo affords all that drip and try to figure out his net worth. In simple terms, net worth is the value of all your assets minus your liability. So if you have $100,000, you own a house that's worth $500,000, but you have $200,000 in debt, your net worth would be $400,000. Since we know Gojo's salary is $46,270 as a special grade, at 28 years old, he's been a full-time Jujutsu sorcerer for about a decade, meaning he's earned 52,734,840 yen, or $462,767 over that time. With the Gojo clan only ever being name-dropped here and there, we'll have to get speculative to figure out the Six Eyes' total assets. Post-Shibuya, we get to see more of the Zenin clan, most notably the Zenin clan compound in their Cursed Tool Vault. After the Shibuya incident and the death of the clan head Naobito, we see a variety of locations around the Zenin clan mansion. Gege actually based these panels on places around the Edo Tokyo Open Air Museum, a 17-acre park located in Koganai Park, Tokyo, that features several examples of historic Japanese architecture, with the main exterior of the Zenin mansion being a one-to-one replica of the Kodakara-yu bathhouse. Now, I'm not trying to say the Zenin clan's compound is the Edo Tokyo Museum. Rather, the Zenin clan has a large compound that features several Edo-style buildings. To circle back to the 33 questions about Gojo video, we learn from question number 2 that the Gojo clan's main household is in Kyoto. In the hidden inventory arc, we see Toji's flashback from his first time encountering the Six Eyes, where he sees a young Gojo being escorted around a park with an Edo-style retaining wall. Assuming this is the Gojo family compound, we can infer they have a similar setup in Kyoto to what the Zenin clan has in Tokyo. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any listings for the Edo Tokyo Museum on Zillow, so I'm drawing a blank on how much a house like that in Japan would cost. However, I was able to find this listing for a mansion located in Kyoto City that features a rather spacious 11-bedroom layout that also borders the Narigaoka Park and is within walking distance of several Buddhist temples. The property itself was listed for 550 million yen, or approximately $3,630,000. This property isn't exactly what we're looking for in terms of style, with the villa being constructed in 1984 and sitting on a relatively cramped 1,141 square meter plot. However, this would be an area of Kyoto that could reasonably host the Gojo clan, so let's assume the Zenin compound occupies the same acreage as the Edo Tokyo Museum at 17. The villa has a price per square meter of 481,936 yen, or $4,229. If the Gojo clan compound has a similar sized footprint to the Zenin in a historic area of Kyoto City, that would mean the Gojo clan's compound could have a value of 33,155,558,218 yen, or $290,951,804. Mind-boggling real estate numbers aside, there's one last piece of the puzzle we need before we can determine Gojo's net worth. Besides acting as a base of operations for the clan, the Zenin compound also houses a vault of cursed tools. I think it's safe to say the Gojo clan also has a stockpile of weapons. While we never get a look inside the vault to see how many cursed tools the Zenin actually have, the JJK wiki states cursed tools can range in value from 500,000 to 500 million yen, or $4,388 to $4,387,678. Since that's a massive range in price, let's take the average of 250,250,000 yen, or $2,196,033 as the price per tool in the Gojo clan vault. In the main series, we've seen roughly 20 cursed tools used, all belonging to various people. While this is certainly a fraction of the total number of cursed tools out there, it feels better than using some random number as the quantity of cursed tools the Gojo clan has. So with 20 cursed tools in the Gojo vault at our previously decided price, that would give the contents of the vault a value of 5,005,000,000 yen, or $43,920,653. On top of that, let's assume Gojo still has Toji's inverted Spear of Heaven and add another 4.4 milli to that sum, giving us the final total of 5,505,000,000 yen, or $48,308,331. So if we take Gojo's lifetime earnings from his peasant's wage as a Jujutsu sorcerer, add that to the Gojo family compound, throw in the value of the Cursed Tool Vault, and that puts Gojo's net worth at 38,713,293,058 yen, or $339,722,901. So yeah, Gojo is rich. And I know I said earlier your net worth is your assets minus your liability, but I don't think shopping and taking care of Megami will put a dent in that number, so I'm not even going to bother. Now, if we compare Gojo's wealth to other real-life Japanese clans like the Yanai family, who have amassed a roughly $44 billion fortune through their involvement in fast retail, one of Asia's largest fashion brands, and Gojo's wealth doesn't seem so limitless.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, bad jokes aside, before we wrap things up here, I want to circle back to a question I posed at the beginning of this video. Scrolling through Instagram, I've seen a few Toji versus Batman posts, and they all end with Bruce Wayne sending Toji a bunch of money to leave him alone. So, could Gojo have afforded to pay Toji to abandon the hit on the Star Plasma vessel? Just as a refresher, in 2006, Toji Zenin was paid to kill Riko Amanai at the behest of the Time Vessel Association. He was given 30 million yen up front, with the remaining sum being paid out when the job was done. While we never learned the total sum of this hit, let's assume Toji was given 1/3 of the bounty up front, meaning he received 90 million yen, or $756,302, which isn't a lot. I know it's back in '06, but still. I guess Toji was still salty he lost a game of hide and seek to a 6-year-old, because there's no way I'm fighting Gojo and Geto for less than $1 million. Regardless, if Gojo had access to his family funds way back in the day, he could have written Toji a check and sent him on his merry way. But let's be real, that's not Gojo's style. So to sum it up, Gojo is rich as hell. He could buy me, my dad, and my grandpa, and it wouldn't even make a dent in his finances. Anyway, be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you would buy if you were as rich as Gojo. See you on the next Randograph.